What was your high school experience like? Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about high schools. I think it all comes down to the program and what they're known for and what the history is and who is currently, coaching that program because um, it does come down to the quality of players that attend the school. I mean,
Mm.
don't get me wrong, you can always improve, but um, so for you, were you anticipating high school to be some sort of experience that you haven't had before with playing soccer, or did you kind of go into it just like, okay, I'm gonna go play with my friends now?
So going into high school, I always had this pressure to keep myself at at a standard. So I
Mm,
knew like going into high school, I was like, I gotta be the best player here, like it's high
mm,
school, all my friends are gonna watch all that stuff. But I think high school's good because it brought competing under pressure of other people watching you. Your high school friends are watching you, your coach is watching you, and then after that, you come back to school, and if you played good, like, hey Eric, what's up, man? What a game. And then if you play bad, it's like, hey man, what happened, man? What happened?
mm.
Like, oh, you get that really bad pass. I'm like, oh, thanks, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go to class now.
Jeez.
Like,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Thanks for keep my confidence high, man. Appreciate it. But like I think I think it's good. I think it's good to play high school soccer.
Mm,
Because it kind of introduces you to playing under pressure. That's when,
mm,
like, for me, it was like, yeah, I played club, you play like in, big tournaments here and there, but when it comes to like your own identity, because high school, that's what high school is, your identity and friends and all that stuff. So I think high school brought a lot of good when it comes to competing under pressure and stuff like that. I think it's it's a good experience nonetheless. Obviously, if you're playing academy, as and it was either academy or high school, obviously do what's going to benefit you the most and what quality is better for you. But I think high school was beneficial for me nonetheless.
Did you make varsity your freshman year?
I didn't. I uh I made JV. I was on JV and um at first I was good. Like during the trial I was all right. I started some of the games and then I just went downhill my first year. It was just
Mm.
at the end of the year I would go like 3 games without playing, and it was just I just wasn't good enough. And there's nothing on the coach. The coach doesn't I didn't like think the coach hated me. It was like, all right, like I knew I just needed to be better. And
Mm,
that's also why I started training even harder. That was when the personal training started to come about. Instead
mm.
of just like doing, dribbling through, flat soccer balls, in a straight line. That was when, okay, like let me try something different.
Mm.
And so my freshman year, I was on JV, and my sophomore year, and then actually a funny story. I actually got cut my sophomore year in high school. I don't know if you knew that.
You got cut?
I got cut. Yeah. Well, it's a little, it was at the time it was my grades actually. I didn't have,
Mm.
it's a long story, but basically at the end of the day, I just didn't have the grades to play, and I faced the consequences for not putting my education first, and so my sophomore year I got cut, and then my junior year I tried out again, and then I made varsity.
Oh, it's a big jump.
Yeah, so exactly. But around that time, it was like I kind of reflected, and it was like, like, come on, Eric, like you could do better than that. But I was like, I was training more, I had more time because I wasn't playing high school soccer. So
Mm.
then that's when I started being able to train more on my own and stuff like that. Pick ups more, and then yeah, and then I made it my junior year on varsity and my senior year on varsity, and then that kind of character development. That's what it was.
Yeah.